Hey, welcome to this Windows channel, and in a look at the Home Insider Preview leaked build 10147, I was looking at Microsoft Edge browser, which is that little E here. If you look at it, really fast, I think pretty much everybody says, oh, Internet Explorer. Well, it's Microsoft Edge. They really tweaked that little icon, and it does look like Explorer, but is Edge. At first, I laughed a little bit about it, but then I was thinking, you know what? When I go to my clients' homes and I ask them what they use to go on the web, they always say, oh, the blue E, or that blue icon for internet. So, you know what? This is nice because it means that people won't be left in the dark. They're not going to have that new icon. They have no idea what it means. That icon will look like Internet Explorer, and people will think it's Internet Explorer even though it's Microsoft Edge. And you know what? It's okay because Microsoft Internet Explorer, it's still there. If you type Internet Explorer, the first icon to pop up here is Internet Explorer. And actually Edge looks like the E from Internet Explorer, removing that little yellow circle around it, kind of, breaking the E at the same time. I don't know. It's a very interesting look. So Microsoft Edge is the browser now. This is what it looks like. There were some interesting little improvements in Microsoft Edge browser. And that's interesting to note because there's a lot of stuff that changed very little in Project Spartan from version to version. But here we do have some interesting details. First of all, if you open a new tab, then you can work in that new tab, switch tabs, which is normal, but you can now just click and remove the tab and have it set up as two windows. And so now you have two Edge windows open. So this is one of the new features of Edge itself. It couldn't do that in the last browsers. Now you'll say, well, it already exists in Explorer. Yes, it does. In Windows 8, you can, of course, take a tab of Internet Explorer and make it full screen. But it's just that that feature was not available yet in Edge, and it is now. Also, they've removed a little smiley. In the last, when it was called Project Spartan, there was a little smiley guy here. And that was for the feedback. When you like or don't like something, you could send a frown and so on. Here, they've removed it because probably we're getting close to the original Microsoft Edge browser. But something very interesting. When you are on a page and you decide to read an article, for example, and there's that little share button right here on the top right, which is pretty much the same icon that we had in the share of the Charms bar in Windows 8. But when I click on it, behold, this looks like Windows 8. It actually has this little sliding panel from the right side of your screen that really looks like basically a Windows 8 feature. So it's very interesting to see that. Very colorful, also orange. But that's surprising. That's something that I was not thinking would appear. I thought some kind of little menu would pop up, or I don't know, but this is really Windows 8-like, basically. So you'll be able to share, with email or through, other features here, OneNote and different apps that you might have, for example, will be able to share web pages and so on. Of course, on the top right, you've got what's called a hub, which is brand new. This little hamburger menu is the hub, the Edge, Microsoft Edge hub, and it contains the favorites bar, it contains the reading list, it contains the history, and the downloaded files that you'll have, which is an interesting feature, of course. Of course, still that feature of a web note, so you're able to actually write on any web page if you need to, write something. You'll be able to and share it. You can say, oh, here, I want you to look at this. Of course, that's the really nice feature of Edge, and I think this is a cool feature because if you want to share stuff with people, especially in a work environment, it's really nice because you can just use that to basically share information and point out stuff at other people. Another thing that has that's new in Windows Microsoft Edge is the light and dark theme. So for example, when you click here and go to settings, you now have light, but if I click dark, you have a dark theme also. This is also interesting. This is something that I like, basically. So I think this is going to be a nice little feature, and I think I'm going to use the dark theme quite often. One thing that I think could probably make it a little complex to a lot of users, by default, it doesn't have the address bar. You'll have to know that you have to click on top to get it. And that is something that's not natural for most users. I'm just afraid that a lot of people will not know where the address bar is. That's kind of a little weird. So I don't know, not really sure, about this, but we'll, basically see if it's going to work or not. Some new features in here, including you can open with a start page that you change and you customize, but you also have a new thing called a specific page or pages, which means that you can actually have multiple tabs with pages that you like that will all open together if you want, and stuff like that. The clear data for browsing history and so on is here in that little menu with the 3 little points on the upper rights of your screen. Edge now has a new advanced pop-up blocker, which will work for even better than the one in Internet Explorer. That wasn't actually very bad. It was actually good. A lot of people told me, oh well, the pop-up blocker is no good, but pretty much everybody that I knew that had lots of pop-ups is because they were infected with malware, and they had pop-ups because of that. There's a new passwords manager. So now you can manage passwords, something that's brand new also in the Microsoft Edge browser. So this is pretty cool. It feels crisp, works really well, and also is very, very nice. But it does have still a lot of flaws. I've really went to a lot of pages, and there's a lot of internet pages that are still not compatible with it. And also, when you need to download something, I was never able to download anything using Edge yet. So, but that's a little tweaking that's probably going to happen, and everything's going to be okay on July 29th. There's of course a place where you can now go and change what type of search environment. For example, here, search in the address bar, it says with Bing, but you'll have the possibility to add new search engines. So for example, if you want to use Google, that's going to be nice. I use Google Chrome, and I love the fact that you just type what you want to search for in that address bar. So if I can put Google in this, I think Microsoft Edge will be a nice browser that I'll use pretty regularly. Another interesting thing that I've noticed is when you go on a page and it doesn't display correctly, what you will have as a possibility is the possibility to view the same page that you wanted to see in Internet Explorer simply by going into the 3 little dots on the right side and clicking Open in Internet Explorer. And what it does, it opens Internet Explorer 11, that will be part of Windows 10, by the way, and shows the page in that browser instead. So these are all new little features that are interesting. Apart from that, it's really fast. It's lightning fast, actually, faster than Internet Explorer, I can tell you that. And the browser itself looks very, very nice. I think maybe a little more contrast still needed to make it work well, but it's, I think, a nice browser as of yet. It has all the latest new technologies in browser, so I think that's also going to help a lot. So that's a look and a little tour of the Microsoft Edge browser with that new and revamped icon that still looks like Internet Explorer. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe. You'll be informed when new videos are online. If you have any comments, questions, anything that you want to know, any problem you might have, ask away. We'll try to help you if we can. Maybe even make a video. And hopefully you enjoy our videos, and we'll come back. Bye-bye.